And today I can report that we are not where we need to be, but we're making progress. We are making progress. So after years when the backlog kept growing, finally the backlog is shrinking. In the last 5 months alone, it's down nearly 20%. We're turning the tide.
We're turning the tide, according to the president. That was him speaking last Saturday on the efforts to clear the massive backlog of veterans' claims for benefits. Actor Gary Sinise has been a vocal and truly tireless advocate on behalf of our military veterans and is involved with a huge list of charity groups that are dedicated to offering support to our brave men and women who have served our country. So it's a real pleasure to have you here live. Gary, welcome. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about, because everybody's, having summer vacations and doing all of that kind of thing. You have dedicated so much of your time to these concerts that you're doing across the country and to building smart homes for veterans. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing this summer.
I have been doing that. A lot of traveling for our Building for America's Bravest program. That's the program where we're building smart homes for very severely wounded warriors. I have several concerts that I've done this summer. I've done a USO tour over to Japan and Okinawa to play for the service members over there. I just got done, we had a great concert in Pittsburgh for a young Marine who lost both his legs and unfortunately has a traumatic brain injury. Doug Vitale, and we just did a concert in Pittsburgh for him Friday night. Many concerts coming up. I have one in Charleston, South Carolina for the Independence Fund. Which Bill O'Reilly's been raising money for the track chairs and the Independence Fund. I've been involved with them for a while. We do a thing down there called Lieutenant Dan Weekend. So my band will be there September 13th or September 14th doing a big concert there to support the Independence Fund. You can go to lieutenantdanweekend.org or something like that to find tickets.
What strikes you as you work with these individuals, and how do you feel that because of everything that you've done, and Bill O'Reilly's working on the track chairs, which is also a terrific charity that just helps to give people more independence, more mobility, get their have their feel good about themselves and about having a future after they have these devastating injuries. What do you get from doing this, Gary?
Well, I have veterans in my family. I'm motivated by, growing up around veterans, having close personal relationships with veterans. In the 80s, I got involved with Vietnam veterans groups in the Chicago area. I played one in the 90s, and he was a disabled veteran, which led me to an association with our wounded through the Disabled American Veterans Organization.
Did you know when you played that role in Forrest Gump that it was going to be such a turning point for you in your life in terms of what your life's mission would be and the work that you've done?
No. It was a part in a movie, and it was a good part. I very much wanted to play a Vietnam veteran. Like I said, I had veterans in my family, and thought the story was good. It's a very positive story of somebody who went through the Vietnam conflict, lost his legs, went through the understandable anguish and despair of being injured, but then came out on top at the end. And that is the story of so many people who inspire me every day to go out there and serve. That's why I started my foundation, the Gary Sinise Foundation. It's all about serving and honoring the needs of our military men and women. I've been in that world for a long time, met extraordinary people, and there's a lot of need out there. The more I go out there and see things and visit people and support organizations that are working on behalf of our veterans, the more need I see that is being filled. And the unfortunate prediction is that as time goes on, we draw down from Afghanistan, the residual effects of these wars are going to fade into the background, and the service members that have sacrificed so much in the dozen years of war that we've been at it here since September 11th will fall through the cracks. It's important that non-government organizations pick up the slack where the government can't serve and try to do something, and that we get community involved.
That's a great point right there, because you were saying, in the break, I said, how are we doing with what the president talked about? He said, it's never enough, and there's always this backlog of benefits, but people can get involved, and we do rely so much in this country on corporations that are extremely generous, on individuals who are extremely generous. What can you leave people with here today? What can you tell them about something they can do, small or large?
Well, on a small scale, there's veterans from every community across this country. There are service members. You might have Gold Star families, families that have lost a loved one in service, and they're grieving and going through a difficult time. There are wounded warriors across this country who could need help in small communities throughout the nation. And I always tell people to just look within your own neighborhood, within your own community, see what you can do. And then, of course, you can go to GarySiniseFoundation.org and see what we're doing, and see some of the other great organizations that we're supporting. There's a big gap between what people understand about our veterans and what they need to know, I think.
And they can visit your website, and they can go see the concert in Charleston, which is a fantastic place to go in September, and go to the concert. Gary Sinise made such a great contribution, I have to say, to the theater, and in your acting life is tremendous. And then this on top of it, you've really done a lot of good. So thank you so much for being with us, and best of luck to you. And everybody, please, it's GarySinise.org.
GarySiniseFoundation.org.
GarySiniseFoundation.org. Please check it out. We encourage it. Thank you so much for being here. Always good to see you. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.